Yarnivores. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial for you. And today I'm going to show you how to do this super duper easy shawl called the one row shawl. And I found this pattern on Ravelry, and there is a user on there by the name of Purple Iguana. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And this pattern is super easy, super quick, and like I said, it's a one row repeat. And I used Caron cakes for this piece here, and I went into a second skein. So you will probably need more than one if you're going to use Caron cakes. And I used, mixed berry. And so I had this left over and this left over from the second skein. So if you want to use Caron cakes, be sure to get 2 skeins. Now the pattern initially calls for, let me see here, it calls for a fingering weight of yarn and a size H hook. Now, because I'm using a worsted weight yarn, I'm using a size I hook. And I just love how easy and simple and repetitive this project is, because it allows us, as I always say, not to be mindless, but to be mindful. And that's very important these days. So I've got my I hook, and I'm going to use some of the leftover yarn from the previous skein. And of course, you're going to need a yarn needle and your pair of scissors. So without further ado, let's get started. Okie dokie. So to get started, the pattern calls for a magic ring. You know me, I don't like the magic ring. That's just me personally. So what I like to do is I like to start with either like a chain 4 and a slip stitch, or one extra chain. I think I'm going to go with this method for right now. So basically what we're going to have to do is, if you are working in the magic ring, into the magic ring you do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet 4 times, leaving you with 5 double crochets with 4 chain spaces. Now what you can do alternatively, which is what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because the first 3 would count as a double crochet, and the extra chain would count as a chain 1. So we're going to now do a double crochet into that first chain, so that's 2 double crochets with technically a chain 1 space in between. Chain 1, double crochet into that first chain once again, and do this 2 more times. Chain 1, double crochet into that chain, and chain 1, and double crochet into that chain. This is just my personal preference. Now you can follow the pattern. By all means, go right ahead. I won't take it personally. And so that is our first row. Very simple, right? All right, so now for row 2, and also you can cinch this up and sew in the ends later. Really quite easy. So now for row 2, what we're going to do is we are going to do a V into the first double crochet. Okay, now to do that, we start by chaining up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we do a double crochet into this first stitch. So we end up with a V into this first one. So we've got an instant increase right there. Then you chain one and do a V into the next double crochet. So what that consists of is a double crochet into that stitch, a chain one, and a double crochet into that same stitch, like so. All right, and we're going to do this for the rest of the double crochets. Excuse me. All right. Excuse me. Actually, because we have reached the center, we need to do the spine increase. Almost missed that. So the spine increase, we did our one V right here, and then in the next we did another V. Now into the middle one, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this one, the spine increase is actually a double crochet, chain one, double crochet into that same stitch, chain one, and then another double crochet into that same stitch. Okay? Then we're going to do a V in this one and into the last. So after chaining one here, we do a double crochet, chain one, double crochet into this stitch here, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and then into the third. The easiest way to find it is, as you can see, we have a chain here. Just go into the next one, like so. See, we've got our chain one there, and then the next one, we do our V-stitch. So that is a double crochet, chain one, and double crochet. Easy enough. And as you can see, it's starting to create sort of a U shape. It's not flat here. And as you can see on the photos during the intro, the shape isn't flat across the top. No, actually, it's more of a U kind of shape, which I really found interesting. And even though it may look perhaps different from what you're used to, the ends actually will wrap around your shoulders very nicely, and because of the taper to them, you can actually tie those ends in front of you, tying the shawl closed very easily, which I really appreciate. All right, so now we are going to get on to row number 3. All right, so for row 3, chain up 4, turn the work, and into this first stitch, do a double crochet, and this counts as our first V. Okay, then we chain 1 and do a V into the next double crochet right here. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, like so. Then we chain 1, and into this space here, we're going to do a double crochet. So you're not going into the chain stitch, no, you're actually going into the chain space with a double crochet. All right, then chain 1 again, And so right now at the spine increase, we have 3 double crochets. So on the first one, we're going to do a V. So that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then into the center double crochet here, we're going to do another spine increase. So it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, all into that one stitch. Then chain 1, and into this next double crochet, we do another V. So it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now it's all about symmetry, which you know I love. See, on this side, so we had our initial spine increase, and then the spine increase continues to increase outward so that the left and the right of this trio have these, and then in the center it splits into 3, and this happens every row. So then, all right, I just did this V here, so I have to chain 1, and then into the next chain space here, do a double crochet, chain 1, and then into this double crochet and into this figurative double crochet, we are going to do V's. So into here, do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then again, skipping this first chain, just go into the next with your hook to do a double crochet. Or you can always go from the bottom. See, this is 1, 2, into the third. So either way works. So double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. And that is the end of row 3. All right, so we did 3 rows now for the 4th, and also, as you can see, just like I mentioned before, it already is getting that shape, sort of a crescent moon kind of shape. I just find it really, really fascinating, how something so simple can create such a different look. Absolutely love it. All right, so row number 4 is our repeat row, and you're going to do this same thing over and over and over until you achieve your desired size. So it's chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. This is very much like the last row. So after chaining 4, you do a double crochet into the first stitch, like so. Chain 1, and into this next double crochet, you do another V. So double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. All right, then you chain 1, and then into this next space here, into the space you do a double crochet, then you chain 1, and into this singular double crochet, we're going to do a V. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, into this space, do a double crochet, chain 1, All right, so we have reached the center 3. So into the first one, we're going to do a V. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Say that 5 times fast. All right. And then into the middle of the 3, we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. It's always 3 in the exact center, always. Then chain 1, and into the leftmost of the 3, we do another V. So that would be double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, into the space, do a double crochet, chain 1, and then into this single double crochet stitch into the top of the stitch, you do another V. So it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, like so, chain 1, and then into the space here, do a double crochet, chain 1, and then into these last 2 double crochets, we are going to do V's. So at the beginning and ending of every row, the first 2 and the last 2 have V's in it. And then the rest is alternating. So we did a 1 V right there, chained 1, and then we need to find our stitch. So I'm going to go from the bottom. 1, 2, and 3, like so. So double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. All right. So I'm loving the shape of this. I really am. And it's very lacy. It's perfect for the warmer weather. And yes, if you use a lighter weight yarn, then yeah, it'll be even lacier, So as I said before, at the beginning, see, in these 2 double crochets, we did a V and a V, and then we proceeded along until the very center, where it was a V, a triple, and then a V, and then back down to here with 2 V's. And the repeat, what's so simple about it is that when you reach a double crochet on its own, you put a V into it up here. If you reach a V, you do a regular double crochet into that chain space, and so on and so forth. The only thing that you really need to keep aware of is the first 2, the last 2, and the center. That's really it. It's that simple. And just because I want to, and I want to make sure that it's absolutely clear, I'm going to do like another 2 more rows just so that I know you got it. And of course, you can always refer to the very, very simple pattern by Purple Iguana on Ravelry. And, she was kind enough to let me show this to you. So by all means, check out this pattern and her other patterns on there. So we shall continue. All right, so to continue on in the fashion that we have been, very simply, start with a chaining of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. Into the first stitch, we do a double crochet, chain 1, because we got our first V here. Then into the next double crochet, we're going to do another V, So that's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. All right, chain 1. Into the chain space here, we're going to do just a single double crochet. All right, chain 1. Into this singular double crochet, we're going to do another V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Into the chain space, we're going to do another double crochet, chain 1. All right, then into this double crochet, we're going to do a V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Into the space, do a double crochet, chain 1, and we have reached the triumvirate in the center. So into the first, we're going to do a V, chain 1. Into the middle stitch, we're going to do our 3 double crochets. So that's 1, chain 1. That's oops, hello. That's 2, then chain 1, and 3, chain 1. All right, then into the next one, we're going to do another V. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with me today. All right, so we've got another V, flanking the center 3, chain 1, into the chain space, do 1 double crochet, chain 1, into the double crochet, do a V, there we are, chain 1, into the chain space, do a double crochet, chain 1, into the double crochet, do a V, double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet, chain 1, into the chain space, do a double crochet, and then we've got our last 2, so it's a V, into the first of the last, chain 1, and then we're going to do a V into this last double crochet here. So that's 1, 2, and into that third chain from the bottom. We're going to do another V. Like so. All right, and I'm going to do one more row for you because I said I would, and because I care oh so much, because I do. All right, so chaining up a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn the work, double crochet into the first, chain 1, V into the second, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain space there, chain 1, V into this double crochet here, so that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the V space down here, chain 1, do a V into the double crochet over here. So you can see that the pattern is really quite simple to follow along with, even just visually. Basically, you're doing the opposite of, the stitches as you go. As you can see, it's like we have, a double crochet, a V, a double crochet, a V, and it just keeps, going based off of that alternate repetition throughout, and it makes it very, very easy. So into this space, do a double crochet, chain 1, and then into that double crochet, you guessed it, do a V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. All right, and into the next space, do a double crochet. All right, we have reached the spinal increase, if you will. So I just have to be sure to do my chain 1 over on this side, which I did. So into the first one, we do our V. So that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, into the center, it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet, 3 into that center. We chain 1 again, do another V into that next one there. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we're starting to change color, oh my. And then we chain 1 into the chain space down here. We do a double crochet, we chain 1 into the next double crochet here. We do another V, like so, chain 1, double crochet into the V down here, chain 1, pull out some more yarn, because that's what we do. Alright, and then into this double crochet, we do another V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, into the chain space we do another double crochet, chain 1, into this double crochet we do a V, so it's double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, chain 1, into this space here we do a double crochet, and then, last but not least, into these last two, you guessed it, 2 V's. So that is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then into the third from the bottom, 1, 2, and 3, like so. It's like butter. We do a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And so as you can see, this does work up rather fast. I haven't been working on it very long, and it already has been growing nicely. Now, of course, what you can quite conceivably do if you are not using Caron cakes, you can do X number of rows and then swap colors. And, I just love the way that the Caron cakes works, because when you have a piece that starts from the neck and it just keeps growing out like this, this kind of yarn is perfect for that, because as you can see on the pictures, the colors just keep going around and around and around, and you don't have to keep cutting and sewing in ends and all that, which, yeah, you can do that, but it can become a pain, So, and as I've said before, no, I am not sponsored by Caron Cakes, but I do love their yarn because of all the different colorways. So, listen, if you liked this video, and I certainly hope you did, because I love doing this, it's so much fun, and this particular pattern is really, really easy. Like I said, by all means, do check out Purple Iguana over at Ravelry, and check out her other fine patterns. And, if you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any comments, hey, I love hearing from you guys as always. And if you haven't hit subscribe already, please do so, because as you know, I do try to post as often as I can, because I do love doing this oh so much. So until next time, stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.